Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. This is Master RBG, and E3 season is officially over. The hype has finally died down, so I think we're finally in the right kind of place to talk about this. Now, obviously a lot of games are announced during E3, and while I might be excited for more than a fair few of them, one in particular stood out to me. And it's because I have a long history with this series. A history which I shall give you the Cliff Notes version of today. So, after waiting 7 long years, they are finally localizing Phantasy Star Online 2 and bringing it to the West. And I could not be more hyped about it. I've been waiting in eager anticipation for this for what seems like millennia. Every time I heard news about this game getting ported to a new console, I expected a Western release to be announced shortly thereafter, only to be disappointed and left hanging every single time. But, enough about Phantasy Star Online 2 for a moment. Let's rewind the clock for a moment, shall we? I originally rented a copy for my Dreamcast and fell in love with it. Unfortunately, I couldn't go online at the time and couldn't buy the disc anywhere. It happens. Fast forward a few years, and I finally got a used copy from EB Games, and a strategy guide to boot. Yeah, I used strategy guides, don't at me. I got a pretty sweet deal on them too. Got the guide and game for less than what the game would have been brand new at the time. By this point, I was in high school, and had a few friends who also got into the game, and we played it all the time, and it was an absolute blast. Oddly enough, it's because of Phantasy Star Online that I gained one of my noticeable gaming quirks. Whenever I play a game with a manual save system, I tend to save several times in rapid succession. I know it's stupid and unnecessary, but I had a few bad experiences when I failed to save, and it left a lasting impression on my young mind. On 2 separate occasions, I was playing Phantasy Star Online and desperately trying to get a certain item to drop from a certain enemy. One of those times it was a boss, the other time it was a rare alternate color version of a regular enemy. Think shiny hunting from Pokemon, but also adding in a small percentage chance of dropping an item as well. So yeah, kinda difficult. Both times, after hours of trying, I finally got the item I was hunting for, and had them within my grasp. That beautiful red rare box was in my clutches, and then the power went out. And it had been hours since I last saved, and not only had I lost the item I had so desperately sought after, I had also lost all the experience points I had earned along the way. Ever since then, I saved 3 or more times in virtually every game that will let me do so. Now, of course, I did mention I played this game all the time, and that wasn't much of an exaggeration. I had multiple characters, all of them in ultimate difficulty mode, most with pretty awesome gear equipped, but one day I realized just how addicted I had become. Being addicted to a particular game is nothing new for most of us, but this was my first true case of gaming addiction. For some, it's World of Warcraft, others it's Fortnite, but for me, it was Phantasy Star Online. I remember that night clearly, like it was yesterday. I started up my game and got to the character select screen. And I have no idea why, but I took a good long look at the hours logged in for each character. My main Hugh cast had over 500 hours. My second character, my RA cast, had over 250. And my last 2 characters had more than 300 hours combined. That's not counting secondary memory cards with extra characters on them, that's just the main one I used for the game. I had played this game for over 1,000 hours. Once this revelation dawned on me, I turned off the game, put down the controller, turned off the TV, and walked away. Right then and there, just flat out quick cold turkey. Hi everyone, my name is Master RBG, and I've been clean of Phantasy Star Online for 14 years. Of course, just because I've been away from the game doesn't mean I've lost interest in the series. I watched reviews and videos on Phantasy Star Universe and the various ports and spin-off series, and I was watching like a hawk every time information about Phantasy Star Online 2 was released. And I knew, in my heart of hearts, that if it ever came stateside, I would buy whatever console was needed to play Phantasy Star Online 2. If I needed a gaming PC, I would build one immediately. And now, very soon, that dream will become reality. I don't care if I have to play on Xbox One or PC. I will be overjoyed to be reunited with my dear Phantasy Star Online. I don't even care that I have to wait until 2020. I've waited this long, I can wait a bit longer. Anywho, thanks for listening to me rant about an old online action RPG today. Don't worry, there'll be more regular content coming soon. Heck, the next video I'm working on is a review, so good news there. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button. If you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, hit that subscribe button. And if you'd like to be the first on your block to be notified the moment I post any new content, hit that notification bell. And if you'd like some suggestions for other videos made by yours truly, then how about these? Over here, you can check out my review from last week for a little game called Plague Inc. Evolved, the greatest game about creating the modern 21st century plague ever made. I can say that in all honesty. And over here, you can check out another kind of odd story-like video like this one about my experiences trying to upgrade my PC. It's interesting, to say the least. Check out either one, they're both fantastic, just like you guys have been. Until next time, this is Master RBG, signing off.